What is up, ladies and gents? Welcome to the 180 Drums podcast, where we are continuing to further the conversation with Kris today of Big Fat Snare Drum. Now, we're getting to the good stuff right now. He's about to drop the bomb on how he landed the gig with LMFAO, and really he's about to demonstrate some of the most important qualities that we need to have as drummers if we want to be successful and really seize opportunity. So I cannot wait for you to check out this. We're going to jump straight to it. I'm not going to keep you guys any longer. Here is part 2 with Kris of Big Fat Snare Drum. And don't forget to go to 180drums.com/Big Fat Snare Drum to get the show notes and to see a couple pics of the early version of Big Fat Snare Drum. All right, guys, here it is.
Yeah, well, it's crazy because people ask me, when I tour as a drummer or tour as a tech, they're like, well, is it a hard job? And, do you love it? And I always tell people, I actually said this to somebody once and they were like, wow, I can't believe you put it like that. But I always say when you're touring, the traveling is the job, and then the show or the gig, that's the amazing part. That's not
very
the job.
Cool, man.
That's not the traveling is the grueling part. So, like you were saying, yeah, doing all that stuff and then the traveling. I don't know how he does it. And actually, so you actually saw Rich in the morning. Does he wake up with the hair just as perfect in the morning?
Dude, just as perfect. Comes out, it's like the hair is, it's like Jimmy Neutron. It's just always there. It's ready to go.
I feel like Rich takes off the covers and then he's just ready to go, fully dressed. The hair is just perfect.
Totally pulls the covers over his head and you don't really know how he recovers or sleeps. But when he pulls them back down, he's just Rich Redmond again. He's ready to be on set, ready to be on film. Yeah, Rich is a good dude.
That's hysterical.
He looked a little tired when I picked him up in the morning, but ready to rock, man. By the time the cameras hit, he was just ready to go.
That's awesome.
So good. Yeah, man. So that's it's cool. It's so great for me to get to hear a little bit more about what you do, because we've been friends for a while now, but it's amazing how when you go in depth and you just get to kind of hear about someone, I'm looking at the timeline that I wrote down here. It's 2007, 2008-ish, you're in a marketing company and you're learning all that, and then, that was 2007, 2008, right? Doing the marketing thing. Before that, you're doing computer teching, you have a degree as a computer guy, so you were, touring and teching on the side with computer stuff. You're in the marketing company, you moved to LA, and then you're trying to make it in LA. So there's this crazy, you've just been on this journey. What was the breaking moment where you got the LMFAO gig? And was that a breaking moment? Was that a really special moment for you?
That was a pretty intense moment. So that gig was it was really interesting, and it was kind of like being in the right place at the right time.
Cool.
To the 10th degree. It was just bizarre how it all lined up. So my brother, who goes by Matthew Coma, he was opening for LMFAO on their U.S. arena tour.
Wow.
And he was playing guitar and singing, and he had a DJ kind of backing him up just to, he had a quick 15, 20-minute set.
Yes.
It was just to get out there, and he was, just promoting, doing the tour.
Awesome.
And while, he got that tour, and I was actually between teching gigs. I was out with Matt Carney, who I love, who's an amazing, amazing singer-songwriter. His band was the coolest guy. He's incredible to work for.
Awesome.
So rad. And I had a 2-month break from his touring. So my brother's just come out and take pictures and, do some guitar teching for me. And, of course, me being completely psychotic, I was like, well, I'm going to be probably bored just doing that. So I learned how to do visuals.
Sick.
So I did all his visuals for him on the tour. And, I started editing and really getting into Final Cut and learning all that stuff.
Very
so I was
cool.
Running his visuals and then teching and then taking pictures. I'm the worst photographer in the world. I must have taken hundreds of pictures every day, and then one would be okay.
That's awesome.
Did that, and while I was out on the tour with him, the drummer for LMFAO kind of told us he was thinking about going back to school, and I was like, okay, cool. So I hung out with the video guy from the tour, and he gave me basically a high quality bootleg of the show.
Perfect.
So I had an entire 4-camera shoot of the show on DVD, put it on my computer, and just started watching it every night after the show and taking notes, like handwriting notes, like with my terrible chicken scratch. And like, I don't know how to write sheet music at all. So I would literally write like, like Foo Fighters beat, like then Four on the Floor, and
Cool,
then
man.
Hit Crash, like Floor Tom Ramones vibe. Like, I would put it into my own horrible, like charting system. It worked. So I did that for like a few weeks before the drummer actually even officially announced that he was thinking about, going back to school. So I kind of was way ahead of the curve. And then once he made the announcement, the camp was like, we got to find a replacement drummer, blah, blah, blah. And so my name got thrown into the hat immediately. And
who threw your name into the hat? Was it the lighting guy after all that?
it was the tour manager for LMFAO.
Cool.
She kind of helped push the process along. And, it came to like, I had to just try out with the musical director, who's the guitar player. This guy, Dave, great dude. And funny enough, I got to try out for LMFAO at the arena on Long Island where I grew up. So like,
get out of here.
Yeah, I grew up going to shows there. I've seen everybody from like Springsteen to Bon Jovi to like
cool.
Islanders hockey there,
Dude.
So I got to try out there. My parents were there and they actually filmed my tryout.
No way.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is that place is going to be knocked down too. I think the Islanders finished. The Islanders finished last season there, and now the place is going to be knocked down. So I got to actually technically play there. So I tried out there, and I remember just getting up there, super nervous because it was years since I really played drums.
Is this your kit there? Is this
No.
This is the other drummer's kit?
This is the other drummer's kit, which is like I was super uncomfortable on.
Is he watching you?
He's watching me. The tech's watching me. Like a bunch of the dancers are chilling. And I'm just getting up there, like warming up, and I was warming up with that Foo Fighters song, Hero, like dude, that song. I think that's what it's called, right? Is that Hero?
My Hero, yeah.
My Hero. So I'm warming up with that, and the guitar player, musical director, walks on stage, and I kind of stop playing, and the dude looks at me, and he's like, "Yeah, you got the job."
Are you serious?
I was like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "You hit super hard." He's like, "It sounded ridiculous." He's like, "Let's just." He's like, have you gotten a chance to learn any of the songs? And I'm like, well, Dave, I'm like, I know the whole set already. He's like, what?
Sick.
I'm like, I know the whole show. I'm like, what do you want to play? So we ran through a couple of songs and he's like, dude, let's just videotape this tomorrow. We'll show everybody else. We'll show management. We'll show the two LMFAO guys. And let's just do this. And that's really what it was. It was like,
oh, that's awesome. I'm smiling ear to ear. You can't see me, but I'm just like, man, that's how you do it, man. And how did you feel in that moment when he told you got the gig?
Super freaked out. And I kind of was like, well, let's see how it goes. And, and I got it took a minute to like get everybody's approval. And I was like freaking out. It took probably about a week. But once I got the approval, the crazy thing was that US tour was ending. So it was finishing up. So the only time I got to rehearse with them was during sound checks. So I never rehearsed the entire show.
Wow.
And then the US tour ended. We had a week break, and then I went right to Europe with them and played the show right away. Played an hour and a half set, just straight up go.
Wow.
So definitely intimidating. And like our third show in, we opened for Madonna. And I was freaking out. That was probably the only time I've ever really been nervous playing drums and totally freaking out. And I'll never forget this. I left the stage after playing the show. I was happy with my playing. I thought it was a good show. And I'm walking back to the dressing room, and our photographer taps me on the shoulder. He's like, "Hey," he's like, "that guy back there was trying to get your attention." I'm like, "Really? Where?" And I turn around, and it's Brian Fraser.
Shut up! Oh,
Brian Fraser Moore. And I walk up to him and he shakes my hand. He's like, man, he's like, that was so cool. He's like, that was great. I'm like, oh my God, Brian. I'm like, this is my third show playing with them. I'm like, I was like so freaked out. And he's like, you couldn't tell. He's like, it was so great. And he was so nice.
Guy,
I'm like, geez, that's Brian Fraser Moore. And
yeah,
I got to meet him again. We opened for Madonna again in France, and it was so cool to meet him again. And he was so nice. And I've spoken to him on Facebook a couple of times since then. He's a really nice dude. So yeah, but totally freaked out. And that whole experience was just bonkers. And yeah, super cool.
That's awesome, man. Dude, I love so much hearing other people's, truly their success stories and the fact that you saw the open door and you prepared for it, man. There's so much to be said for that. There's a lot of guys that would think to themselves, well, I'm not gonna get it. It's probably not even gonna happen. And then it's just a missed opportunity, right? So, dude, good on you. That's a very
Thank
cool
you.
story. And the fact that it was in your hometown arena, I love that. I love it.
So it was just like everything kind of lined up so bizarre, and yeah, it was crazy. I remember like just like specific things about that day where like I didn't even know I was going to try out that day. I didn't even know it was going to happen. And I remember like I have pictures of like my personal car like parked next to the tour bus, like parked
Cool.
in that arena's parking lot, and like even that I was like, "Oh my god, this is so cool." And then, fast forward a couple hours later, I was like on the stage playing drums, and you know, they turned the PA on, so I'm like, the kick drum just goes right through you, and like this is what it's like to play an arena. I never did it before,
So cool, man.
so pretty sick. So
Well, dude, I'm
definitely
gonna ask you for some of those picks, man. I'm writing that down so I can remember because,
sure.
yeah, those are the most special moments, man, where you'll never ever forget that, you know?
Oh, definitely not. No, yeah,
Very
we
cool.
had some. There was some really special moments on that tour too. Like we played a sold out arena in Tokyo, and like, I just remember like first time seeing that a huge arena just completely filled with people was crazy.
Wow, amazing, amazing, man. Dude, this is awesome. I feel like we could talk forever, but I know that both you and I we're at the 2 hour mark now of having been talking because we spoke for that 40 minutes before. It's crazy,
Yeah.
but I don't want to. I know we haven't even talked about it. It doesn't matter if you're free anymore or not. I don't want to steal more of your day, man.
I'm
So
great.
what I'd love to do is
What,
we're gonna do this again. We have to do this
okay,
again
perfect.
because there's so many things that I haven't got to ask you, but man, is there anything that you really want to share that I haven't asked? Something where you're like, whether it's advice to drummers or just something that matters to you. Anything that you want to share?
Yeah, Matt, that's an interesting question.
Well, it's not a great question. I'm not
No,
giving you
that's
a
a great
it's
question.
it's a little bit challenging to ask, but here's something that I'm actually interested in. Do you have a daily routine?
I do. I do have a daily routine. So I am 37 years old, and I did not start drinking coffee until I started Big Fat Snare Drum.
Yes, you did. I've got a cup of coffee in front of me right now.
I have a
Um,
Starbucks next to me that I finished a little while ago.
what kind of coffee do you drink?
I drink all the girly drinks, and
Okay.
I think all the Starbucks employees like I think they laugh at me.
They make fun of you behind your back. They're like, here's this guy.
Yeah, they're really nice to me. They're all like super punk rock people that work there, and I think
Cool.
they're cool. They always ask me about like the band T-shirts that I'm wearing, and they're really
Sick.
nice. But I think secretly they make fun of me because I always get the girl drinks, and everybody around me gets like let me get a black coffee or like a cappuccino, and I'm like, can I have the pumpkin spice latte, please, with whipped cream with whipped cream?
I love with whipped cream. I love it. Can you just put some cinnamon on top too?
Exactly, yeah, exactly. So yeah, I've never been.
And some nutmeg.
Nutmeg is key. I actually had the toasted. What did I have today? They're one of their new toasted. I don't even know what it was. Really good though.
Oh, so good.
I have the
So
Starbucks
good.
app.
So full of sugar, but so
So
good.
full of sugar. It kicks me. I mean, I've just been so tired the last 2 years that I have no choice to start drinking coffee. So that's become my morning routine. Is I get up with my girl in the morning. Usually
What
fall
time?
back asleep until she leaves for work, and then start my day pretty early, like 7:30.
Okay.
Yeah, I head to Starbucks and Whole Foods, and that's my morning deal. I come back. I'm
Every
usually
morning you go to Starbucks and Whole Foods.
every morning. I get breakfast from Whole Foods. I'll get oatmeal, get some Starbucks. Sometimes pick up lunch from Whole Foods because once I kick my day off, I usually don't like to stop for lunch. I'll usually eat standing up.
Yeah,
Uh,
cool.
I'll eat doing email, and I kind of come back to my office and I sit down and go through email. I call it like putting out the fire in the morning because I don't want
Okay.
to. I don't want to badmouth any of our customers, but you'd be surprised how many people order the wrong thing and then
Dude.
email us saying like, "I ordered the wrong size. I ordered the wrong package."
Oh man. So when you wake up at 7:30, do you check your phone before that?
I actually read that it's horrible to wake up in the morning and look at your phone right away. It's real.
Yes.
It screws with your mind.
Really?
Yeah, I read this whole article that it's just that supposedly like super productive people don't do that. It's
Hmm.
really bad. Like you're supposed to wake up at a slow pace and not just dive right into work right away. It's really
Right.
bad for your brain supposedly. I don't know. A lot of times I do that. A lot of times I will wake up in the night and then check mail, or wake up in the morning and check mail. My new thing is I wake up in the morning now. Actually, before my Starbucks ritual, I've
Yep.
noticed. I guess this is kind of a tip for people. I don't know why I'm telling you people this, but maybe people know this and I'm ignorant to it. But I feel like the earlier you post on Instagram, the better traction you get.
Yeah.
So I've been posting really, really early in the morning, like 6:30, 7 in the morning. So I've been doing that as soon as I wake up now,
Yep.
before my Starbucks. Um, but yeah, I feel like that ritual of doing Starbucks, Whole Foods, coming back, sitting down to a computer. I actually do like to do email on a computer.
Yep.
I feel like I'm way more productive on the laptop than I are on the phone.
Right.
And I put the fires out in the morning. I'll deal with any stores that have orders that they want, any questions, artist endorsement applications. Like I said, people who order the wrong product. I
Yes.
have people who put in the wrong address, so I have to email them, and I like to
Oh
get that.
man.
I like to get that email out first thing in the morning, so I can get into the mail by 5 o'clock the same day.
Right.
Yeah, I'm a stickler about that too. That was something I actually wanted to touch on with the time management thing. Is I've learned to chill out a little bit. I've actually had like in the past where I would be out the door to the post office, with like 15 minutes to spare, and then an order would come in, and I'd run back in the house, and then like a psychopath, like put the order in, and then print out the label, put the order together, tape the box up, and then make the post office with like 30 seconds, and the guy's like super pissed at me.
No kidding.
So
Yeah.
I've learned to prioritize a little bit and not make my life extra stressful for no reason.
Right.
Thinking back, it's like we've had the conversation before, me and my fiance, about how like you order something online and sometimes it doesn't ship for like 2 or 3 days. So if you ship the next day, you're okay.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
I try to do everything the same day, but sometimes it falls by the wayside.
Sure,
But
sure, sure. So
yeah,
when you get back, you answer those emails, and then how long do you typically spend on emails? Are you dealing with like 100 emails? Is it 50 emails? Is it 20?
it depends. I mean,
Yeah,
it's one of those things. I'm sure you guys are the same thing too, where it's like when it rains, it pours.
exactly. Yep.
Some days it's like, it doesn't take up too much of my time, and then I'll do emails, get that banged out, and then I'll look through my notebook or I'll look through my phone notes, and then like, okay, today I'm going to accomplish this, this, and this,
Cool.
get that done. I mean, and there's days too where like, for example, I have an order going out to our distributor. We've been super fortunate to work with Big Bang Distribution out of California, and
Awesome.
he's been getting us into all these stores. Bob over at Big Bang. So I mean, today, basically, as soon as we get off this podcast, I'm going to build orders for him. Basically, the rest of the day today and tomorrow.
Wow.
So that becomes my priority. And emails, like it's the not that emails have different importance, because I do try to treat them all as like urgent. But unfortunately, some stuff will kind of fall by the wayside just because that order like has to go out.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
I learned to prioritize, and then tonight, as example, tonight I'll probably stay up late tonight and work on emails instead of getting them done today during the day. So
Right.
just get
So
shifted.
you kind of let emails frame the beginning and the end of your day, and then you work in between that. We also talked about working super, super late into the night. Is that like, what does the rest of your day look like? So you answer emails until you said noon, you'll eat your lunch standing up maybe, or whatever, you'll start working on other stuff. What does the rest of your day look like?
Rest of my day will be fulfilling the website orders, internet sales,
Cool.
and then being a normal person, I guess, as much as I can.
That's
Like
great.
I try. My girlfriend is very understanding, but like there's I actually had to like figure out too how to balance it. Just because it's a weird thing because I work from the house, so just because I'm home
Right.
doesn't necessarily mean like I need to like vacuum the entire house and empty the dishwasher during those hours.
Yes.
So I've kind of like figured out how to balance that as well. And once my day ends, and she comes home from work, that's it. It becomes our time, and then I kind of put those things, those household chores. I put it, once she gets home. Then I
Right.
figure like my job is over for the day, and then her job's over for the day. So now we on like an equal playing field, and we'll both
Great.
take on our responsibilities. Not, during the day also. I mean, I will food shop for like a dinner,
Right.
and I will
Right.
run errands during the day. It's not like,
Totally.
it's
Absolutely.
a complete like, red line down the middle of what I, can and cannot do. I will do other stuff. I mean, just as an example, I really do enjoy the routine, but as an example, crazy enough is I got a Facebook ad today talking about this business seminar for Facebook growth and increasing sales that's happening tomorrow in Boston. And I was like, I'm going to sign up for it. So
Sick.
I'm going to do that tomorrow at 8 o'clock in the morning,
Amazing.
just do that and do that 8 to 12 and then come home and then start the day, a few hours later. So everything will start tomorrow except at whatever, 12:30 or 1 o'clock or something.
Dude, awesome. The next time you have something like that and you know more than a day in advance, let me know and I'll fly out there and we'll go hang out.
That would be awesome.
We
Yeah,
need we need an excuse, man.
I actually felt kind of terrible. My cousin lives the next town over from us, and she just got surgery, so she's going to physical therapy. And I've been driving her in the mornings, and I was like, I texted,
Oh, shoot.
I'm like, this thing came up. If it's not cool and you can't find a ride, it's totally fine. And she's like, no, go. So I mean, that's like literally how last minute. I saw it this morning at like 9 in the morning. I'm like, $25, done, click. I'm gonna learn.
Oh, amazing. $25.
$25, and they give you a $50 Facebook ad credit. So
Oh
like,
my goodness, that's amazing.
done.
Done. Okay,
So,
dude, couple quick questions for you. Do you have a favorite app?
favorite app? That's a good question. Probably, you know what my like go-to app is Sirius XM satellite radio.
Cool. Very
That's it.
cool.
I have an old iPad 2 that ever since like Apple decided to put out the iOS 9 update, everything just doesn't work on that anymore.
Oh, shoot.
So I've taken off every app except for Sirius XM, and I hooked up a keyboard to it, a Bluetooth keyboard, and it sits now on my workbench with computer speakers plugged into it. So it's my dedicated Sirius XM, like quick question Google search, technology thing now. So yeah, Sirius XM. I'm a huge like podcaster guy. I listen to Opie and Jim, just all like pretty much all the shows on their channel. So that's playing for 8 hours a day in my basement. And sometimes I actually get so like completely into those shows that it actually repeats the show, and I forget that it repeats.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
I've listened to it twice, and I'm like, oh, this part sounds really familiar.
That's right. Yeah.
But my brain during the day, like, wanders so much from working, and I get so into the work and packaging, and that I forget. And I'm like, oh, this part, no, this part's new. I haven't heard this yet. And I'm like, no, wait, I did. So
Totally. Yeah.
that's definitely my favorite app right now.
Very cool. What are some extracurricular things you do? So away from work, what are things that you love doing? What are some of your hobbies?
Snowboarding. I've snowboarded for like 15 years.
Very cool.
Love doing that. I actually recently really got into cooking.
Cool, man.
We're like super cooking nerds. Where during the day, me and my fiance will like pass like Pinterest stuff to each other and like recipes, and I'll be like, oh, I'm going to Whole Foods today. Like, what do you think of this recipe? Let's make this tonight.
Dude, what's the best thing you've made lately?
We really got into rubs.
Huh.
That's like our new thing. So we've been doing. We got this like awesome, like super organic, non-hormonal,
Great.
antibiotic chicken the other day, and like, pounded it, like, trimmed it really nice, like pounded it with a meat pounder, like stuck it with a fork, like marinated it in like olive oil, and then put this
Woo.
amazing like jerk chicken rub on it,
Oh, yeah.
and then just grilled it. It was amazing. It was the first time I actually used one of those thermometers,
Huh, okay.
meat thermometers. So like I got it to the perfect temperature, and then I put it over to like the super, super hot part of the barbecue, and then just like
Nice.
charred it the last like minute on both sides, and it was outstanding.
Oh, amazing. I
Yeah.
love it. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
What is the best purchase you've made lately that's been like $20 or under?
$20 or under. That's a good question. I just bought something that was not expensive, but I bought a portable scanner. But
Oh, great.
that was $129, but that's not $20. That's a lifesaver because like when I travel and stuff, I could do all my receipts and like it just killed. Like I'm actually in the process. I did NAM last year.
Okay.
Oh, I guess technically this year in January, and I still have at my desk like a giant stack of business cards.
Okay.
So when I get some free time, I'm going to put all the business cards through the scanner, and the scanner has OCR software with it, so it'll actually put the business cards into a business card folder.
Oh, that's great.
And make
What's it
like
called? What kind of scanner is this?
this scanner is called Neat NEAT. It's really tiny. It looks like a big like magic wand. And
Oh, okay. I've seen this. Yes.
it's super sick. Bought it on Amazon. Yeah, and then like the cool thing about it is it'll take the business cards and then it'll make everything clickable on it. So the phone number is clickable, the email address.
Wow, that's great,
Yeah.
dude.
So that I'm trying to think under $20.
Have you used the app that's called? There's an app that I'm pretty sure I've used called Cam Scanner, I think.
Yep, I have that too.
Okay, great.
That's great also.
Cool.
$20.
Well, guys, let's be real. Big Fat Snare Drum is a great $20 investment, but
$20. It's under $20. It's
there
$19.90.
you go.
Yeah.
Boom.
Like the infomercial people.
Dude, 180 drums, $19.95 a month. There's a good purchase too.
There you go. Yeah,
Totally messing around.
it's perfect. Oh, that's a great plug to sneak in. I like it.
Terrible.
Oh, you know what I bought? Like I'm okay. I think it was around $20. I'm a super like model train nerd.
Dude,
I
you would
love
get along with Aaron Sterling. Do you know Aaron Sterling?
I don't. He actually just played on a bunch of Sarah Bareilles stuff, though. I know that.
Yeah, that guy's killer. He's big into trains, though. I'm pretty sure.
Really?
Yeah, there you go. You guys can connect now.
I bought a new in the box on eBay. It's probably like 10 years old, but it's like new old stock. You know, I bought a Lionel train lamp that when you like push the button, the little like model train like moves on the track and like the whistle goes and like a bell rings and it's the most annoying thing ever, but I absolutely love it. It's in my office now. I just bought it for my office.
Oh, I love it. That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, I think it was like $20.
Now I'm picturing like trains going around your office, XM radio blasting. It's just a gong show in there.
It is. I have a bunch of crap on the walls, and we're actually in the process of remodeling this room. So
Cool. Bunch of punk rock posters, no doubt.
not yet. They're getting there right now. I
Love
do have the band Lit. I have a Lit poster on the wall
Cool.
signed by the band, and yeah, I have a gigantic Big Fat Snare Drum like wall sticker,
Oh, I love it.
massive on the wall, and
How big are we talking?
it's probably like 4 feet round.
No way! I was
Yeah.
gonna make a joke about it being 2 feet, so that's amazing.
I got a bunch of random stuff in this room, and it's about to even get crazier. So all the touring I've been through the years, I keep all my hotel keys.
Oh, awesome.
So I have stacks and stacks and stacks of hotel keys. So we're working on a project where we're going to take all the hotel keys and put them into frames.
Cool. Very
So-
cool.
Just random art stuff in the room. So we're working on this room. This is a work in progress.
Cool. Cool, man. So $20 purchase we turned into the $120 portable scanner, which I think is totally cool. If you could send a letter to everybody in the world, if everybody could receive a letter at the front door, what would be the title of that letter? What would be the thing you'd want the whole world to pay attention to right now? A couple words.
Oh my god.
Deep. You're getting deep
Pretty
on
deep.
180, man.
I don't know. I guess I don't know. I don't know how I would phrase it like perfectly, but I would basically just say, I feel like the world right now is a lot of tension with religion and these radical groups and I feel like people just really need to just chill out and like just let people do what they want to do and be like, who they want to be and just, take a step back and, like relax the hate and relax like, just judging everything. Like just do what you want to do, like, but don't impose your views and your ideas on other people. And like, obviously don't like, chill the violent stuff out,
100%, man. I think it's great to have anything that you want to live by as a moral value, but as soon as that thing imposes on you thinking you get to dictate how somebody else lives, you're out of your mind.
Absolutely.
Out of your mind. So, dude, that's really, really cool, man. Chill out. I feel like it would just say chill out.
Chill out,
It would have like dash Kris.
Chill out. Everything's going to be okay. Like mind your own business and like live your own life.
Dude, love it. Love it, man. That's great, dude. Well, listen, it's been such a blast having you on. There's a ton that I haven't got to ask you, but uh, I think that it's better to leave it hanging and to to go deeper a little bit next time. And hopefully we get to do one of these in person, man. We'll just hang out, grab a drink together at some point, and be just continue to make things happen in the drum world, man.
That'd be great. I'm so stoked for you guys. Like you guys gave me the look on the website, and I've been just checking it out, and it actually it's really inspiring to see all the amazing stuff you guys are doing. And I know we got to go, but just real quick, I actually was listening to somebody on the radio. It was a podcast, and they were talking about musicians and the way kids grow up now with all this online help. And it's like I actually had this discussion last night with my girl, just talking about how for somebody like me, like it was growing up and going to a drum lesson once a week for a half hour, and then getting there and like BSing with the instructor for like 5-10 minutes
At least, yeah.
And the next thing you know, it's like 20 minutes later, and the clock's still running because he's got somebody after you.
Yeah.
And then like you get to show him the lesson you practiced during the week, and like maybe that week you really didn't get much time to practice. You're like fudging it. And then, the next week he's like, just go repractice what you're supposed to do this week. And it becomes like this weird cycle, and you only have such a limited time with him. And I feel like what you guys are doing, embracing the technology, it just gives kids the tools to like work at their own pace. And, the podcast that I was listening to was saying that like, if somebody wants to go and just like spend their Saturday cramming 8 hours playing guitar or playing drums, it's like, you can, like, you guys are giving people the opportunity to like almost do a cram session, or like really space it out the right way, or, like just work at their own pace, and don't feel, you don't feel like there's somebody like breathing down your throat to get it done. Like the people that actually go on your website and subscribe and watch the videos, or are doing it because they really want to be there, and not because like their parents are forcing them to take an instrument, so it's just a really interesting time we're in right now. And I feel like things that you guys are doing are really bringing drummers to the next level of playing. It's like basically the sky's the limit. It's like there's no ceiling on this stuff. And I almost feel like I really suck at playing drums after watching your site.
Yeah, right. Get out of here.
That I have so much to learn, and I feel like just watching the videos of the younger guys that are coming up now and the stuff that they're doing, I'm like, geez, like it's like so next level things that's going on right now. And I feel like I really have to, whenever I watch your guys' site and like go through the videos, I'm like, I really need to like take a minute off of Big Fat Snare Drum and set up drums again, and like get into it and like relearn it all over again, because it's gone to like such a new level of playing that it's like almost really competitive out there. And you guys are like pushing the envelope every step of the way with that, and really helping people I feel like take drumming to where it's important again, where like groove and stuff matters, and like creativity and approaching it on a technical manner of like, it's cool to like learn how to read music, and it's cool to like, write charts and, all that stuff. And I kind of came from like the punk rock school of just like play as hard as you can, and like,
Totally.
Everything else is whatever. So it's rad to see like that becoming so super important right now,
Dude, man, there's no words. I appreciate that so much. And, coming from you, I mean, you totally just defined the heart of what 180 Drums is trying to do. And it means so much to hear you say that, because my biggest frustration as a drummer was always, exactly that. You'd spend 10 minutes at the least driving to the place you're going to learn from. And, typically you've got either you're driving yourself there, or you've got your parents waiting for you. And it's this crammed little place. You get in there, you goof around for a few minutes, you go through the thing. It's just like such a truly a waste of time and money, right? And then you're learning stuff that's not always interesting, or your teacher's not engaged, or he's bored. So I started flying down to have, fly down to Nashville to have lessons with drummers like Zorro or Chester Thompson, or just different dudes that I wanted to go and hang out with and pick their brain, right? And It's like, that's such a huge investment. Now I get to bring these guys to us, and you get to just access it on your computer. It's crazy. Like it cost me hundreds of dollars to do that. And now for $20 a month, you can, so like, I'm really not trying to sell it because, we want your money. It's like, guys, it's the same thing with Big Fat Snare Drum. It's like, sure, you can go cut your own head out. Absolutely do that. That's great. But I want to offer you something that's like the same price you'd spend on something like that. Even if you're using an old head, there's going to be so much more value in you having something that, I spent time refining because it solves a problem that I had, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
So, dude, that's amazing. I appreciate you sharing that so much. And we're really excited, man. I'm excited for what's ahead for drummers in general. I'm excited that, to me, it's exciting to think there's people listening to this that are going to come up with things that are going to make our lives better. I love that you created Big Fat Snare Drum because it makes my life better. It makes my drums sound better, but it makes rehearsals better. It makes, spur of the moment things better. So it's like, if there's other people that are going to come up with other ideas, we have to encourage that because it makes our lives better,
Absolutely. And it's kind of interesting. I have people now like approaching me, asking me like entrepreneurial advice, which is, I find really funny, and I'm more than willing to give it because it's like, I learned all this stuff and, 99.9% of my friends and family and stuff and people I interact with care less about it.
Right.
So it's like almost this like useless knowledge in a weird way. So anybody that hits me up and like wants to know stuff, I'm more than willing to share some of the crazy ins and outs and like shortcuts that I've learned in the last couple of years. So,
dude, that's so cool. It's funny. I don't know about you, but I'm getting more interested lately in talking about that kind of stuff than drums. It's a little bit horrible, but it's like I met Benny Greb the other day and I was way more interested in saying, dude, like what book? You mentioned that you're reading books during your clinic. What books are you reading? Like I'm way more into that,
Sure.
And I think he was caught off guard by that question because it's like, why would you be asking me, what book I can't do a Benny Greb accent, but, so perplexed that I'm asking him about books instead of like, man, what was that thing you played at, whatever.
Sure. No, I could totally understand that.
It's hilarious. Well, dude, listen, you're the man.
You're the man.
Guys,
this is awesome.
If people want to check out Big Fat Snare Drum, you guys can, it's just at Big Fat Snare Drum, BIGFAT, etc. On all social media, correct?
Everything, yep.
Across the board. As well as bigfatsnaredrum.com. So guys, make sure you check that out. Make sure you follow Kris. Make sure if you've got a Big Fat Snare Drum, you take a video of yourself using it, do it before and after. Show people what it's all about and get on board. If you don't have a Big Fat Snare Drum, you are crazy. I have buddies that message me from time to time asking me if they should have one. I think at this point you're nuts if you don't have one. I have every possible Big Fat Snare Drum, and I don't even know that Kris knows this, but I bought them before we received any for to trial for 180. So I already had a few of them, but I wanted to get the latest ones. I wanted to have everything and have multiples of them because I use them all the time. We have our instructors using them all the time. They're preferred. So you guys are nuts. If you don't have one, you're crazy. But yeah, guys, check out what Kris is doing. Make sure that you give him a shout. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to hit us up below. But Kris, it's been so great having you, dude. We will see you soon, man.
That'd be awesome. I would love to do this anytime you guys want me to.
Done deal, man. Awesome. All right, dude. We'll talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon, man. Thank you.
Boom. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed that as much as we enjoyed hanging out and talking with Kris. He's the real deal. And my biggest takeaway right away is, really find as much as I can surrounding me to be, take as a learning lesson. Be educated by my surroundings. Be excited about learning and have a sense of focus and dedication to my craft. So that was my takeaway. Head over to 180drums.com/Big Fat Snare Drum and let us know what was your biggest takeaway. What thing Kris shared that you liked the most. You can tweet that at us too, and we'd be more than happy to repost it. But yeah, guys, we love y'all. We're super happy that we get to have the 180 family and get to have guys like Kris come in and share. So let us know. Leave a comment in the show notes. Let us know other drummers you'd want to see us interview as well, and guys that you're excited to learn from. And, if there's certain things you'd like to see more or less of on the podcast, please let us know. All right, guys, we will see you in the next episode. Later.